Hello, creative friends. Sorry, it is kind of odd right now, but my phone done a crazy thing, so hopefully I am coming live. Let me pull me up on my iPad so that I can see what you see. I've got my camera backwards, so I can't see nothing yet. There we are. Good. Whew. And hopefully Miss Cindy or someone else can share me into the group. Hello, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. I am Ann and I'm honored to be a guest creator in the Stencil Soul Sisters group. My page is Whimsically Knotted and I hope all sprinkled. Sweet. Thank you, Christy. And I have not had a chance to see what everybody was creating this morning. Today, not this morning, because we always have lunch together on Sundays with the family and with our granddaughter. So Sundays is dedicated to that. So I will have to watch on replay because I know you guys create some amazing things. The stencil I am using today is the add-on of the July Christmas one. It has the North Pole postmarks. That was the add-on for July. And I am using fabric strips that I cut out in French. Well, I ripped it and cut it out. This is like almost like a duck cloth. I got it as a remnant at Walmart. Oh, a long time ago. It was like a big old bundle and I just been cutting at it and using it as much as I can. So let me turn you guys down. Hopefully you're able to see well, and if that fan behind me is too loud, please let me know, and let me know if I need to come down further to the project. But let's get started. We're making some little, I don't know, door pillows. I don't know what you want to call them. We're going to add a string in here so that we can hang it on the door, but let's get started. I don't want to keep talking and not have time to do our project. And I do need to plug my glue gun in, and that way we can finish the project. There we go. And we are using several different parts of the stencil. I am going to use black and red. I'm going to do deep burgundy for Santa Claus, and then the street address is going to be in black. And again, thank you guys so much. Christy and Shayna are going to be after me, so make sure you check on them. I am using my 1/2-inch Essential Stencil brush. Well, thank you, Miss Carlene. Miss Bonnie, hello. I've got to pull this up. Renee with Flip Flop Furnishing. Thank you, ladies. And I ran out of paper plates, so I am using my coffee filters. Load your brush, offload your brush. When you have fabric, it doesn't take as much offloading, but you still want to offload because you don't want to bleed, because if you have too much on your brush, it will bleed out. So I am just going to hold it. I am not even going to tape it. So this I said I was going to do in red. And we're going to create some fun little pillows. I've got another set of fabric, so we'll make a couple of them. Hopefully I don't talk too much and get the project done. And I am a slower crafter. I take my time. That comes from trying to be a perfectionist. I have learned through creating not to be so precise in things that it has taught me it's okay to let go sometimes. And another tip, if you are creating with fabric or anything else, make sure that when you have paint on your fingers, that you either wipe them off or that you check them that the paint is dry so you will not transfer it to other parts of your project. And how do I know this? I know this from experience. And on fabric, it is a lot harder to cover that up than it is on wood. On wood, you can either wipe it or you can use another 1/2 inch brush. 1/2 inch or 5/8 are my favorite. You can wipe it on wood. If you have a pre-painted surface, you can wipe it down. But on fabric, or you can sand it off on fabric, there isn't too much that you can do on fabric to get rid of that. Again, I'm going to hold it down so that my stencil is touching the surface of my fabric. And I will check comments in between. For some reason or another, on my iPad, comments do not scroll. They just go away. And I have to refresh them. Thank you for sprinkling, ladies. I appreciate that so much. And a lot of times when I need to reload, I sometimes go back to my offload spot on my paper or cardboard, whatever I'm using. You can go to your offload spot on your coffee filter. Wherever you offload your brush, there is a lot of times still enough paint left to reload your brush. Down to the North Pole part of the address. We're going to add some other fun things to here, so stick with me. And again, you can use any fabric. You can use the Osnaburg fabric. You can use not burlap, linen. What am I trying to think of? There's other fabrics that you can use that will be good. I just happen to have this. And I get a lot of my fabrics either from Walmart, from Hobby Lobby, and I have not ordered from Jubilee Fabrics, but if you're looking for homespun, they have amazing homespun fabrics. Trying to get into these small writing, and depending on the size of your stencils, if you use a smaller brush for the smaller openings and a bigger brush for the bigger openings, that is a good rule of thumb to use what stencil brushes to use. I normally tend to use the smaller ones. Very seldom do I use the bigger ones. And if you first start, check it on the solid part of your stencil to see if you have too much paint on there, and that way you will have no bleed. Alright, fingers are clean, so let's lift. Looking good. Before you lay that back down anywhere, make sure you don't have no paint on the back side, because if you have paint on the back side, it will transfer. I'm going to hit this with my heat tool real quick. And if you notice, I have a Teflon mat underneath. I am not going to use this stamp. I'm going to use the Handle with Care and then this part. And I am also going to use the North Pole Express Mail. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And if you hear some noise, it's okay. They are moving some insulation up here. We are going to have someone come tomorrow to do the insulation in the attic. If you are not a big swirler, you can do this very carefully. If you are a big swirler, you can use, oh, there's no little, I call them little cutouts. You could use cardboard. You can cut out your black matting that comes with it, cardstock that comes with your stencils. We can also switch to one of our dome brushes. That will be really good to use. Switch to the dome brush. Same thing on the dome brush. Offload, because it holds a lot of paint. And see, if we use our dome brush, we don't really need our backer board to help us. And if this is not solid, I'm okay with that, because this is a stamp, and sometimes the stamps from the post office do not come in solid. So I am okay if that is not completely solid coverage. That just makes it look more authentic to me. And another tip, depending on what type of fabric you have, sometimes swirling might not be an option. If you have a big opening and you swirl, your fabric underneath might move. Yes, the Jelly Roll strip packs are really good. Yep, JubileeFabric.com. I love the I just haven't ordered yet. I've been wanting to. On my list, ladies, on my list. But sometimes if you have a softer fabric, it might move with your swirling. So I tend to pounce. That way my fabric will not move. Okay, I am putting my brush into my wet wipe. I'm making my ring in red. So I'm using another small brush out of the, I'm going to use a little bit bigger one, out of the dome brush section of Essential Stencil. I'm going to go ahead and do the little berries. And then we make our holly in green. And see, I am stippling just a little bit. That up and down pouncing is called stippling. And again, if this is not solid coverage, I'm okay with that. Because if you've ever looked at letters, well, we don't really send letters that much anymore. Sometimes they are not solidly covered. So that gives it a little bit of authenticity to me. And I am not gonna fill in the bridges. I'm leaving it just the way it is. And on these little lines, I am going with the circle. I'm swirling a little bit, and then I am going with the circle. I am going to peek here in just a moment to see how we are looking. Some fabrics take paint differently than other fabrics, so you might want to test a swatch to see if it has maybe a protectant on there. Maybe it is spill proof. And again, I don't mind if it is not solidly covered. For this one, I am just using a smidge of green. I'm just going to use it out of the cap. And this is Hauser Dark Green. I'm just going to take one of the little dome brushes. The dome brushes come in 6 different colors. Sizes. Not colors, sizes. And again, thank you ladies for inviting me back. I do appreciate that so much. I love stenciling. I love the community. Amazing, amazing talent. These ladies are so creative. They just blow me away on what they can do. Oh, it's looking good already, ladies. Oop, let me close this up. Oop, wrong paint. Getting ahead of myself here. All right, now we're gonna add the red. Get our red brush back out. And again, I am just going with the line. And you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to look at the back to see if I had any bleed. I just told you guys to not do that. Shame on me. But if you do have a bleed on your project, not a bleed, if you do have a mishap that paint got somewhere, try to find a star or a heart or a little flower, something that goes with your design, and just add it in to mask it. There's always something that you can add creatively, if it is not in an awkward place, that you can add and make it look like it was meant to be. I am holding with my fingernail each little part down so it will not move on me. Looking good so far. Let's check and make sure no bleed. We're good. All right, North Pole Express Mail. I'm going to add that down here. I'm making sure you guys can still see. Okay, what say? I was going to do that in red and outside in black. I had to think of what colors I was going to use. And this is where those little brushes come in so handy. And this is also why I am a slower crafter, because it would be so much easier to just do it all in one color. But I challenge myself to do those fun things. And these fun things are sometimes a little bit more time consuming. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. We're getting there. Gotta get my black back out. So far, pretty simple color palette. Got black, red, and green. Now we're going to add the fun color. Oh, nope, I'm going to do the inside ring. See there, I thought I was done. Forgot my little inside ring. This inside ring is not going to be as pronounced because I am hitting my snowflake a little bit. But it will go with the theme. Oh yeah. We're still good. The snowflake I am going to do in Peacock Pearl. Thought that was a fun addition. I had gold picked out at first, but then I was thinking, no, I think the Peacock Pearl would look really good. Fun, fun, fun. And it adds a little bit of shimmer. Reminds me of Frozen colors. Little intricate snowflakes. You know, snowflakes are all unique, just like me and you. No bleed. Now we have our little pillow. I'm going to dry this real quick. Gotta take a peek here, see which way. This is the back side, and on the back side we are just gonna add overnight delivery just in the middle, or as much in the middle as I can get it, because I'm not gonna measure. Overnight delivery. And that way, if you have it hanging somewhere, you can see it from both sides. Both sides will look good. I'm going to get the little one out so that I can get to that top corner right there. And to get that D down here. And I am going to use the red to do the other side. Do you have any questions for me? And if you are not following my page, I invite you to follow. It's Whimsically Knotted, and I would greatly appreciate that. And I love this postage stamp set and Santa's postage. It is just so cool. You can create so many fun things with this for the kids, for decor. If you are a crafter that has a booth, there's so many things you can create and add to your booth space that are smalls. So lots of possibilities here. I'm gonna have to get me a little bit more red out, I think. And again, the red is deep burgundy. All of my paints are DecoArt paints that I'm using. I primarily use DecoArt. Sometimes I use Country Chic. It is always better in stenciling to do a light coat first and then do a heavier coat. There is our back, overnight delivery. And if I'm not holding this up correctly, it is because my phone is backwards and I don't know exactly where I need to be pointing things to. Okay, good, you can see good. Hey, Miss Cindy, thank you. I appreciate that, Bonnie. All right. No paint on here, so we're going to put this on to the back. That's going to go on the front. Instead of stuffing it, I cut out just sheets. This one is a double. I have a smaller one and a bigger one. It's about this thick. It's like batting. Batting, not bedding. You know what I mean. I'm just going to sit that on here. I'm going to sit this on here. And then we're going to be very carefully glue this, and then we're going to add jute. I've got string right here that we're going to add right in here to add as the hanger. Let's see if my finger protectors. Make sure there's no paint on my finger protector. You guys know me and glue guns, we do not get along very well. Oh, please, glue gun. Don't tell me my glue gun croaked on me. Isn't that just like it? That when you need something to work, it is not working? It is on. Would probably help if I would clean this every now and again. Well, that is not going to work. I'm going to use the 3-in-1 glue, which is not going to glue instantly. But at least it's not hot. I'm going to switch to tacky glue because I don't know if you'll be able to see that glue like oozing out. Not oozing, but discoloring the space. But then it always that when you're trying to do something special, something crazy happens. That's just my experience. Happens to me all the time. It's like when you have Sunday dinner and your in-laws come and you're preparing the meal that you have prepared many times before, and for whatever reason that day, whatever goes wrong, or can go wrong, goes wrong. That's the way I sometimes feel crafting. Like you're trying something, you want to do well, especially in front of the camera, and then nothing works out the right way. It is plugged in. It's hot as can be. There's just nothing coming out. But then this glue gun is old as the hills. Oh, I think I got some glue coming out. Alright, we got to put our string in. And let's see if I can get some glue out. Sorry, I'll get quiet when I get to creating. And I fringed it on the ends purposefully. So let's see if we can. I am just going to put a little bit of extra glue in here. Just to make sure it holds. I just think it was the devil trying to trick us. We won't let that happen. And there's our little door hanger, and I am probably going to go over it with some dark wax and darken it up, because I don't like it so clean looking. That's just me. See, we still got time. The nice thing about these mats, that glue comes right off. And here I have another one. This one is a red stripe. Got that one from Hobby Lobby. Okay, that's the front. And this one is only going to have one sandwich in there. One. And this one is just going to be all black. Just to see how different it looks when you use different fabric. My little corner keeps folding over. We'll just do that all black. Now that I know what I'm doing, and my glue gun decided to cooperate, and that's why I've done the light colored one first, so that I had no problem with the red, doing the red first. So if you reuse your stencils before you wash them, just use your colored first and then go over with your darkest. Use the lightest one first. And when I swirl right, I swirl left, just to get all the little nooks and crannies taken care of. And again, I am holding on to my fabric. Tell me, what would you guys add to the white pocket? Would you distress it or would you leave it? I'm going to add a little bit of distressing. That's just me. You can add gold around it, little gold dots or snowflakes. You can add snowflakes all the way around. Lots of different things that you could do with these. They are just so versatile. You can make these for your grandkids, your kids. No bleed. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to use this whole one, but this time we're just going to do all black and white. Black and white. Listen to me. Just black, not black and white. Okay, the stamp is going to come over the Santa Claus a little bit because I did not move it down far enough. That's okay. Again, if it does not completely cover, I'm okay. Postage stamps, sometimes when they run to the machine, do not cover completely. I always tap my brush off. And again, if you just happen to have a mishap where your paint transferred and you didn't mean to, your hand had something on it, you can always add like a snowflake or something on there. See, I do have a little bit of paint on here, but it is dry. So, oh, that's because I laid it on here and that wasn't dry. See, a lot of times you got to make sure that your piece you're working on and your stencil are dry. All right. Now we're going to add our little stripes on here. Move my stripes up a little bit. Oop. See, if you're doing it all in one color, first off, you don't need to clean so many brushes afterwards. And second, it goes faster. I got a little bit of shadowing on there, but I am okay with that. And then on this one, I'm going to use Santa's Airmail. My fabric wants to curl up on me. I said there's Santa's Airmail, North Pole Express Mail, overnight delivery. The Snowflakes Flake stamp delivery December 25th. There's a cardinal, and then North Pole Postal Service, and handle with care, and then Santa's address. So lots and lots of possibilities, and this was the add-on for the July stencil of the month release. I'm gonna take a peek. Looks good. Move that one out of the way and put this one down. And on the back we are adding overnight delivery. Or do we want to add deliver by December 25th? Let's do deliver by December 25th. I'm trying to get it semi in the middle. I will check comments in just a second. Red and white material. I love that too. Yeah, I like this set, the Christmas set, this add-on. You can make a lot of smalls with these on wood. And I know Miss Cindy's got a gazillion thoughts in her mind on what she can do with these. And see, this is all that is on here. This is just the add-on. I love that little cardinal too. Let's dry this off real quick. Got 10 minutes, doing good, doing good. So this one looks completely different since we just used black and white, but we used printed fabric. And again, it's just gonna have a single sheet in here for my stuffing. One thing you need to watch out for, I hope I did it right, that your front and back are laid down correctly. Did I pay attention to that on that one? Yes, I did. Whew. I was wondering there for a minute. I was like, please tell me I did it right. This trick never works for me. Why, I don't know, but it don't. Concentrating, ladies, concentrating. And one other thing, I normally, don't glue my hands, use fabric glue sticks, and I honestly forgot to get my fabric glue sticks out. That's why I don't have them. But fabric glue sticks work really well, obviously, if you're using fabric. No, don't fold over on itself. No, 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 no. I had to stick my fingers a little bit in glue because my fabric wanted to fold over. And this is a really easy project. It is okay if it is not perfect. I like the frayed edges. That just makes it extra special to me. Whew, that's hot. Almost. I hope you enjoyed today's project. I've got one more little tidbit I'm going to share. Don't think I have time to do it. And there's our red one. Like I said, they'll hang just like that on your door or wherever you want to hang them. If you have an entryway, you can hang them on the entryway. They're elevated a little bit. If you're a quilter like Miss Becky, you can go in and stitch quilt lines in here. You can hand stitch quilt lines in here. All kinds of possibilities. Alright, there's our red and white one. And this fabric is stiffer, so it does not fold in as much. And there's our white one. This one, when you hang it, it'll fold in a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Now, another thing you can do, well, I've got 5 minutes, maybe I can finish it. You have, if you have little burlap sacks, I put a little piece of cardstock in here. And you can use these to put candy canes in. Since this is burlap, I am going to stipple this because it will be easier than swirling it. It might work on the burlap. But you definitely want something on the inside because the burlap has the little holes in there. It will go through to the other side if you don't. And stay tuned, refresh your page so that you can see Miss Christy next and Miss Shayna after that. I did not have to offload it too much because I started in the middle of the burlap. I'm gonna have gold for the star. These are the snowflakes. I'm just going to make them gold. I'm not sure on this burlap how many of them you will be able to see. But you guys get the idea. And there's a little sack. You could put candy and candy canes and things like that in there. And I am probably going to go and add some silver dots or white dots with just the styling tool or the back of the paintbrush. I still got a couple of seconds, so let me see. Let's see if the silver will show up. It's hard to show up on this burlap. It is showing up a little bit. And there you got a little cute little bag to put your candy in, candy cane. If you give senior citizen center, children, and we are done before, well, 6 o'clock here, 5 Central. You see the little dots? And that's all I have for you ladies today. There's our cute little assortment. Thank you all for your time. Appreciate you. And stay tuned. Refresh your page and watch Miss Christy is next. And then Miss Shayna is last. She is closing us out. Thank you again so much for inviting me in. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a blessed evening. Bye for now.